All right, Inspire Beauty, happy Monday, happy October 1st. We are officially in the fourth quarter of the year. Can you freaking believe it? Like, some of you have joined our team since the year began. Some of you were here with our team when the new year rang in. Wherever you are, wherever you fit on the team in that spectrum, I want you to take a good hard look at your goals that you set for yourself, either when you first started coaching, or maybe you set some 2018 goals for yourself as a coach. Where are you at on those goals? How are they doing? And really start looking at not just, oh my gosh, like crunch time, how am I going to hit those goals? I don't see how that's going to happen. But more so looking at action steps you can take to get yourself that much closer, because regardless if you hit the goals or not, by the time that clock strikes midnight on January 1st, 2019, you're going to set yourself up for so much success going into the new year. It's just going to continue rolling over. So do not stop now. Tonight, we are talking all about laying a boss foundation. This month, boss is going to be the theme of everything we talk through. And really, when I say boss, I mean ownership. That's really what I think about when I think about boss. And I've read through the majority of the book that we're reading together this month, Being Boss. And I think what's inspiring me the most is it's really showing me how I take ownership of the work that I do. And so that's what this is all about this month. So tonight we're going to talk through laying a boss foundation. But before we do that, I've got some October announcements for us. Lots of stuff, you guys, so I'm going to do my best to go through it quickly. And if there's anything missing, fill in the gaps, please, by going to your Coach Online office and looking at the FAQs to really get yourself abreast to the information. So first things first, guys, Shift Shop Proving Grounds. The actual Proving Grounds workout is not launching until the October 22nd Monday start date, but the challenge packs for Proving Grounds and the completion packs have launched in the Coach Online office. If you've never done Shift Shop before, you can buy, as a coach, you can buy the completion packs, or you can buy the accessory add-ons. Or if you just need new agility markers, there is some stuff that you need for this program. You need the agility markers. And so you can go in the Coach Online office even as a coach. So it's not just about being necessarily looking for customers, but coaches can also get this. If you sell a Shift Shop challenge group completion pack, or you purchase one yourself, you will be included in the live workout that Chris Downing is doing. He is live streaming a workout. You have to do that before the 7th, okay? You have until the 7th of October. There's more information, again, in your Coach Online office. And the test group begins with Chris Downing. He's actually guiding and leading a coach test group. That's going to start on October 22nd. So what I've done, and some of you may have noticed that I went into the flash sale, the fall flash sale, which actually used to be the Lift 4 flash sale. I've changed it over, and I decided on the theme, prove it to you. Like let's prove it to ourselves, right? That we can do this before the year is up. That's kind of like my thought process. But since it's the Proving Grounds, I thought prove it to you would be something kind of fun and flashy to go with it. It's a flash sale, and it's an invite to the challenge group that will be hosted starting the 22nd. The reason it's going to be a flash sale, similar to not this last flash sale we did where we had lots of products, this one is going to be very much like the Lift 4 one, where if someone's interested in Shift Shop, you plug them into that group and all of the information will be there. That group is not open to add people into. The people that are in there, leave them in there. It's cool. They probably didn't even notice I changed the banner. You are probably the only ones that noticed that. But as we get closer, the 15th through the 21st, that week is when we will be allowed to add people in there. So if you're having conversations about, Shift Shop or anything like that, the 15th is when you can add people into that Prove It To You group. I will have all the stuff up and ready to go. They'll be able to look at it the 15th, 16th, 17th. On the 18th, that Thursday, will be our actual flash sale, meaning 24 hours where the window officially opens for them to purchase things. Guys, they can purchase things anytime before that. It just creates excitement and momentum, right? And then I will be doing the raffles for people on the 19th, 20th, and then 21st, we will do one more last call. We'll reopen the flash sale for 24 more hours to get anyone that was on the fence. Okay. So in our clients' eyes, the 18th is really the flash sale date, but it's going to be a whole week's worth of getting the excitement going, adding people into the group, actually hosting the flash sale, giving people their giveaways, and then wrapping it up and getting any last minute people added on. This is a great opportunity, you guys, to get people to join as a coach at the same time. I got 4 ladies who joined our team in July when I did the Lift 4 challenge group. Lift 4 flash sale. 4 people said, I want to do option 4. And option 4 was not was any of the challenge packs, but become a coach and join the coach test group with Joel. In this case, it would be the coach test group with Chris Downing. So an excellent opportunity. Also, just like Lift 4, remember there was a free workout that we had? And remember that whole script that we put out on our social media? Hey, who wants to try a free workout? And we gave it out to people. Bam, 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 bam. Same thing is going to happen. We will follow the same structure and system for that. So just keep your eyes and ears plugged to the team page as I give more information to that. But keep the date 10/15 in mind, because that's when you'll be able to add people into that Prove It to You flash sale group. And then the challenge will officially start in the Challenge Tracker app on the 22nd. Okay, Summit 2019, you guys, if you don't have a ticket yet, actually, Natalie and I were counting who has tickets, and I think we're at 13 coaches with tickets. Guys, I want that number to just keep going up. My heart is by the end of this month, we have 20 coaches on our team committed, and I looked Heather and Natalie square in the eyes at Summit this last summer, and I told them there will be at least 50 Inspire Beauty coaches represented at Coach Summit in 2019, and I still believe that. If we get to 20 by the end of this month, man, we are well on our way to getting to that 50 number and just making a big impact as we roll up into Indianapolis next summer. If you do not have your ticket yet, wait. I want you to get your ticket between October 20th and October 31st because they are making a flash sale for coaches where it's $145. Huge steal, you guys. That is very cheap, okay? So wait until those dates, but I want you to mark your calendar that you will be getting your Summit 2019 ticket for $145 between 10/20 and 10/31. Also, you guys, they announced if you are diamond rank or below at the time of purchasing your Coach Summit ticket, okay, you purchase a Coach Summit ticket, you are diamond rank or below, and you hit Success Club in October, November, December, and then you physically attend Coach Summit, they will reimburse you with a $200 travel cash incentive. Okay, that's huge. So 4 criteria to get that $200 is number 1, you have to buy a Coach Summit 2019 ticket. Number 2, you have to be a diamond coach rank or lower at the time of purchase. Number 3, you have to hit Success Club 5 in October, November, December. And number 4, you have to physically attend Coach Summit to get that travel cash in your pocket. Guys, I'm like gunning for it. I'm going for it. So I hope you're going for it with me because when I purchased my Coach Summit ticket in July or June, whenever I purchased it right after Summit, I was diamond rank. So I fit the criteria. I absolutely fit the criteria. I will hit Success Club in October, November, and December, and I will get my booty to Indianapolis, dragging, kicking, screaming, however you need to get me there. I will be there next July, and I'm going to get that $200 in my pocket because, hey, who doesn't want money, right? So put that on your radar. Make that a goal for yourself. Like that is a cool goal to reach for in the last 3 months of the year. Super Saturday, October 20th, coming up, you guys, find one in your area. Getting to live events. I know you hear it on the National Wake Up Call. I know you hear it from me. I know you've heard it from your teammates who've gone to Coach Summit and had like life transformation or just friendships forged. Guys, get to live events. They transform your business because you are no longer through a screen. You are live with people who are just as crazy as you are. It's awesome. Okay, so 10/20 or some Super Saturdays are the 19th, 21st. It's that weekend, but go to the Coach Online office. When you click on Events tab, you'll see Super Saturday, and then you can type in your zip code, and any Super Saturdays that are within your area will pop up, okay? And the last announcement I want to go over real quick before we dive into the meat and potatoes is Make Your Mark. I'm going to be talking about this a lot more on the team page because this is huge, and I'm going to be one-upping the incentives for Make Your Mark. But you can find all the information at FAQ 3782, and they created a special URL at teambeachbody.com/makeyourmark. But basically, you guys, there are 4 prizes for the Make Your Mark. And they made it the Make Your Mark because of the markers, like the agility markers with Shift Shop. So they're kind of correlating the 2 things together. But marker number 1, if you achieve marker 1, that means you hit Success Club 5 this month. That should be your first goal. And what you'll earn if you do that is you'll earn your current prize in the Success Club promotion. So you know how in the first month you get a hat. If you hit it for 3 months, at the end of this year, you get a tank top. And I believe the 6-month mark is if you do all 6 months before the year is up, you get a duffel bag, I'm pretty sure. So whatever current prize you are at is what you'll obtain by getting that. So marker number 2, you guys, is where it's at. And if you don't have any PS coaches, either make this a reason to get personally sponsored coaches on your team, or make this a reason to stretch yourself, because marker number 2 is to hit Success Club 10 or higher. So you by yourself do that, or you hit Success Club 5 and have a personally sponsored coach achieve Success Club as well. If you do that, you achieve a water bottle. Oh my gosh, it's super cute. It's an insulated water bottle. It's really, really cute. Okay, marker number 3 is SC15 by yourself or higher, or SC5 by yourself and 2 PS coaches earning Success Club. And then they've got a magnetic desktop vision board, super cute. Okay, marker number 4, Success Club 20 or higher by yourself, or Success Club 5 and 3 PS coaches achieving Success Club, and you get a Team Beachbody Coach hoodie. Who doesn't want a hoodie? Everyone wants a hoodie. So I'm going to one-up these, you guys, and every prize starting at marker number 2, 3, and 4, if you achieve marker 2, you will also achieve a water bottle that is Inspire Beauty swag. If you achieve marker 3, you are going to achieve something for your office that is Inspire Beauty related. And if you achieve marker number 4, you will get a zip up Inspire Beauty hoodie as well, jacket. Yeah. So like I am upping the ante. If you hit these markers, I am going to one up what Beachbody is already going to give you with something that is personalized for our team. So I just want to see you guys go for it. Make your mark this October. And with that, you guys, I'm getting into tonight's content. So before I talk about foundation and the foundation that, you know, we may or may not have laid in our coach business, first thing I want you to kind of think through is what labels do you believe we already wear as coaches, like from outsiders looking in? Just take a second, jot down a couple labels, maybe put some in the chat if you're feeling it. This is totally not wine that I'm drinking. I'll get to what I'm drinking in a second, but it's not wine. I wish it was. I came up with a couple. I like this graphic I made. And guys, by the way, these thought bubbles are coming from specific people on our coaching team, but they're not specific to that person. So please do not put a label with them. Okay. There was no like prior thinking with this. It was just where the graphic fit. So first one is, oh, she's just trying to sell me something, right? Like somebody's thinking that about you. Oh, she's just trying to sell me something. Or maybe, oh, they're just that icky salesy type. I had somebody, I don't know about you guys, but there is a new network marketing brand out there for leggings called Zia or something like that. And I might choke somebody if I get another message from them on Instagram telling me to buy their freaking leggings because I like to work out. I've gotten so many icky, spammy, salesy messages from people on that network marketing. Like I want to go to their like corporate headquarters and be like, you are training your people all wrong. And it's so gross and it makes our jobs harder. So we already wear that label, you guys. Oh, I love this one where they're watching you and they're like, oh, she'll start and I'm going to give her a couple months and then she'll be done with it. Right? I know you've thought that about other people out there who start their own candle company or their own lipstick company and you're like, I'll give it a couple months. She'll be done. Maybe somebody's thinking, oh, she's one of those people on social media, one of those people, whatever that means. I don't know. Or she's just trying to get rich quick. It's a scam. Any others that anyone wants to unmute that I may have missed? Or if you wrote one in the chat, I can't see chat right now. So, any?
I get told sometimes that we don't eat. Somebody saw a picture of me holding my birthday cake. She's like, private messaging me. It's like, I'm so glad I see you with a cake because people like you don't eat.
I love that. Girl, we eat. You should have saw the pizza we ordered at Summit 2018. I I got a message the other day that said, oh, I don't want to do what you do because I don't want to promote people. I don't want to promote to people that you have to lose weight. I was like, at what point did I tell somebody they had to lose weight? Like, I don't think I've ever said that, but okay, whatever. So what I'm trying to say, you guys, is before we even begin, before you even, like the day that you signed up as a coach, you're like, yes, I am doing this. I have big dreams. This has changed my life. I want to put myself out on social media and I want to impact others. Before you even click submit on joining as a coach, you are already behind. You're already behind, because before we even go and share anything on social media, people already have these labels about us. And the only thing we can do is show up and prove them wrong and lay a solid foundation that doesn't give people any room to insert those labels about us, right? We have to prove them wrong. We can't just do it for a few months and quit, because then we just proved that label right. Or we can't just, onboard all these people because we're trying to get rich so fast, but we don't actually train them or help them or guide them in the way that we had maybe said we would. Or being that icky salesy type, if it feels icky, if it feels salesy, then just don't send it, right? And feeling like you're just trying to sell somebody something, it's the idea that we share in hopes to inspire somebody to say yes, because once that sale happens, then I get to work with you. I'm not just trying to sell you a challenge pack and hit and run, and making sure people are aware of that, right? But you have to know that you're already behind on you're already starting from a negative place when you say yes. And it's okay. It's okay, because if you do have a deep passion and you truly do want to impact and affect other people's lives in a positive, meaningful way, then you're going to be fine. The thing I found, though, is if our foundation isn't built, you guys, once people get close, they will see right through our hearts. It's kind of like kombucha. So I don't know if anyone's ever drank kombucha, but if you haven't drank kombucha, you probably won't like it, and you'd be so mad at me for recommending it to you. I love it. I drink it. I drink it in place of wine, and that's what I always encourage. That's why it's in a wine glass. That's what I always encourage my girls who are doing like a sugar reset or a detox, and they're like, but I can't give up my alcohol. I can't give up my nightly glass of wine. I'm like, have kombucha this week. It's fine. Just look for the one that doesn't have sugar added, right? So I always say that, but the thing with kombucha is it's got probiotics, prebiotics. It's like super good for your gut health, you guys. It's like cultured and raw, so it's good for you. It's just lots of good stuff. That's all. And yogis from the ends of the earth and the beginnings of time have been drinking it, so it must be good, right? But if you've never drank kombucha and you read the label and everything that Brittany just told you about kombucha, oh, there's probiotics, it's good for your gut health. Like if you feel like just like a little, like it helps. It's not that it helps get things going, you guys. It's just good for your gut health. It kind of balances the alkalines out, if you will. But from the outside, and like you see all these like really healthy people like drinking kombucha, and like these like Zen people who are like super, like their life looks super perfect. They're drinking it. So it's like, that must be the magic elixir, right? So if I look at the label and it looks really good on the outside, but then I take that sip of kombucha, you guys, and I've been sipping it and I love it, and I don't need to make a face, but I guarantee if somebody on this call tonight would take a sip of kombucha, you'd probably spit it out, because at first glance, if you're not used to it, it tastes like vinegar. It tastes like you're drinking apple cider vinegar, which most people don't have an acquired taste for. So it's kind of like our business. Kombucha, it looks good on the outside, but when you try it, it's not what you thought. And I have a really deeply laid inkling on my heart right now that we are promising people an experience in our challenge groups, and that maybe we're promising people an experience on our tribe, but when they actually get in, they're not getting what they thought. Whatever we advertise, maybe it's not leveling up to that promise. And I think it starts with a foundation. It starts with us. And I have to tell you guys that as a leader, the reason that I'm starting with this tonight as the beginning of our training for the month is that I haven't led you properly. And I have to take ownership of that. I haven't led you properly to understand the value behind laying a solid foundation in this business. And when I say foundation, we're going to talk about what that looks like here in a second, but the value of your word to somebody, what you tell them you're going to do, and then actually show up and do it, and the value of laying a foundation built on knowledge, right? Being solution seekers, being resource seekers, seeking out to learn and grow in your craft. I haven't led us properly in that. And so I'm backpedaling a little bit because I believe that if we can clean up the inside of our team, if we can be the type of team that lays a solid foundation, that advertises a challenge group or a team that's like nothing else they've ever experienced, and that when they actually physically get into that, they get close enough to see the insides of it, they'll know that we weren't full of it. Those labels will go away because we're going to be doing it differently than maybe other people do. So let's talk about some do's and don'ts in a boss foundation. On the do's side, I have completed every lesson of the new coach training. I am really excited about our Bosstober Bootcamp because spoiler alert, you guys, it is new coach training. So if you get to the end of October and you've completed every lesson in the Bosstober Bootcamp, you can sit here and check off, yes, that I'm laying a boss foundation. I have made my new coach announcement post. Okay, if you've never gone out and made an announcement post and told people what you are doing physically, you're not laying a foundation. You're just going out and trying to catch, grab at strings. Like, you've got to lay a foundation and let people know this is what I do. And maybe as your followers grow, every once in a while, you want to go back and do maybe like a Friday introduction or something where you can remind people of the heart behind what you do and who you are. I have saved all notes, tools, scripts for easy access to help me in my business. No more wondering, where's this, where's that? Let me ask this person, let me ask that person. No, you save them because they're important to you, right? Every time a new script is given to you, do you have a space where you are saving it on your computer so that you have it forever and ever, amen, so you don't have to dig through a group to find it? I have created my list of 100 connections that I can work with to start my business. That is the foundation. You have to know who you're talking to in order to begin anything, right? I understand how to navigate my Coach Online office and use ShareAcart. If you haven't, and we're going to go into the do's here in a second, so I'll just save that, but you have to understand your Coach Online office and be in there regularly, you guys. I will ask questions and collaborate with my coach and peers. Guys, asking questions and collaborating is not the same as venting. And we have to understand that our tribe, what we've created, is not a tribe of let's have a safe place to vent. No, this is a safe place to rise up and level up and be different than the norm. This is a place where we ask questions that are going to stretch us. This is a place where we collaborate with our peers because we want to achieve great things that most people will never achieve, right? I fully understand and commit to the 4 vital behaviors. Getting SC points on the board in your first 30 days, or, so this is Boss Foundation if you're a new coach and you're still in your first 30 days, or again, if you've missed SCV, oh my gosh, that's Charlie's company, not what I'm talking about tonight, achieved SC in previous months. If you've missed SC last month, then you've hit it before, you got to get back on the board. If you're past your first 30 days and you still have never hit Success Club, there's no foundation. There is something missing. So that's when we go over to the other side and we look at a couple gut checks. Why maybe am I not hitting the things that I should be hitting in my business? Why am I not achieving the benchmarks for success? Maybe you've skipped coach training and you think that somewhere in your head you thought, I don't need this. And I'm not pointing anybody out or anything in this. I just think at some point, like in our heads, like we think something might not matter to us because maybe we're past that, or maybe we didn't do coach training when we first started and we've been in the business for a little while. And so our ego is telling us like, I don't want to do that because I'm not brand new. Yes, do it. I can't tell you how many push to emeralds, push to diamonds, push to ruby, coach basics groups that I physically was in with my upline coach for my first 3 years in this business because I wasn't moving forward. And so I needed to stay in those trainings until something clicked for me. It's okay to do that. Maybe you're not creating Beachbody related posts for fear of what others might think. Consistently too, you guys, consistently. And I want to kind of camp on this for 1 second because, and I hope you'll accept some of my constructive feedback, but as I look at coaches posts, and I look at you guys and I see, what are you doing? How could maybe we tweak this to make it better? One constructive piece of feedback I could give is to stop making everything a call to action. It seems like a lot of our posts are only join this, buy this, be this, do this, and they're not simply just adding value. And if you're in the Bosstober Bootcamp, we're going to talk about that. And if you're watching the SC5 by the 5th, that is a key component that I talk about, is the adding value component. Because otherwise, you just become white noise to people because you're always trying to sell something. You're making that label come true. So really, I want you to create Beachbody related posts, absolutely. But your entire brand should not be Beachbody and should not be joining a challenge group, okay? Another don't is thinking your upline or team is your best resource. Guys, you want to know your best resource? FAQs in the Coach Online office, YouTube, Google. Those are your best resources. And I say that with all the love in my heart, but I will not answer a question on our team page as of lately that I know you could go to Google or the Coach Online office or YouTube and find the answer to. Be a resource seeker. You guys, my upline, I had to fire her about 2 years ago. Tomorrow, oh my gosh, you guys, tomorrow is my coach anniversary. Tomorrow, 5 years ago tomorrow, I joined Beachbody because I said yes. All of you guys get this experience too. And because you said yes, all of your people get the experience too. And because they said yes, their people. And it just keeps going. And it's so freaking awesome. But my upline, about 2 years ago, stopped. She stopped the business. She stopped working. She stopped showing up. And I had a choice. I could also just stop with her because I could use her as, and believe that my upline was the only way that I could be successful was if I latched onto her. Guys, you absolutely can create a team and challenge groups and anything you want in this business, a blog, a YouTube channel, whatever you want, and be totally rock star kick butt success at it. But if you're always thinking that your upline or your team is going to be the ones that'll always answer your questions, man, that's never going to happen for you. Because what happens one day if your team is gone? What happens one day if your upline isn't doing this business anymore? Do you stop? Or is it more important to you? Lay that foundation, guys. Because when that happens, because it might, if your upline, I mean, I'm not talking about myself. I'm not going anywhere. But if your upline were to go somewhere, right? Like when my upline went somewhere, if I didn't have a foundation, I would have been gone. I would have been gone. But I had been laying a foundation for 3 years. Another don't, you guys, is winging it when inviting and following up. So it goes back to that list on the other side. I've created my list of contacts, right? Don't wing it. Another don't is haven't logged into the Coach Online office or use ShareAcart in the past week. If it's been over a week since you've created a ShareAcart for somebody, you're not inviting enough, number one. Number two, if you haven't logged into the Coach Online office in over a week, that's an issue because there's news that happens in there. There's trainings that you can plug yourself into there. Obviously, you're not checking out about Super Saturday happening in your area. You're not looking at your volume. You're not looking at orders that have gone through or maybe customers that have returned things and checking in with them. Maybe you haven't checked in on inactive coaches that are in your personal downline and helping get them plugged back into resources, right? So logging into your Coach Online office is so, so important. Another don't is pushing back from community. Pushing back from community. We don't all join this business because of community, but ultimately you won't be successful in this business if you can't latch on to community. And that much I've learned because, and I was sharing this with Natalie earlier today, I didn't join for community. I could have cared less about community. Natalie, on the other hand, loves community, thrives on community, right? But for me, community wasn't my strong point. But in order to grow a team that could thrive and love each other and show up to Zooms like this, I had to create community and I had to figure that out. And so the more that I pushed back from it, the less I was building a foundation where I could have people come onto our team and thrive, right? Another don't is only engaging in the 4 vitals when it's convenient, right? And then another don't on foundation is not hitting SC consistently or ever. Your foundation. So these ones on the don't side are real big gut checks. Like, is there an area where you're like, maybe that is why? Maybe that's part of the foundation where there's cracks in it. Yeah. Ultimately, you guys, a boss puts down their agenda. We put down what we want to achieve. You know, like, well, I just need to keep selling challenge packs because I got to pay the bills. Well, that's your agenda. So while you're trying to pay the bills and just sell challenge packs, you're not laying a solid foundation, and then you're not equipped at all to love and serve others, which is ultimately the heartbeat behind what we do. So I believe, and my heartbeat is that in the next coming months, as we're working on our, hairy, scary goals as we wrap up the year, that even though we have things we're working towards and working on, that we put our agenda to the side in order to lay that foundation so that when push comes to shove, I'm equipped to love and serve others, whether those are my clients, whether those are people that I'm just inviting and having conversation with and they're not my clients yet. Maybe they're your coaches or even your future clients and coaches. The solid foundation you lay right now, the training you put into your brain this month is going to help you as people have questions in November and December, and maybe your dialogue in those 2 months. It'll help you through that. And then when we get to the new year, you'll be even better equipped to talk to people about their New Year's resolutions and how you have something that you can offer them to be a solution for that, right? We become better equipped to love and serve others when we put down what we want and lay that foundation. So my call to action for you guys tonight is, first of all, take a long, loving look. And I use loving on purpose because this is all with love. This is like, again, this is never about pointing fingers. And this is never about like pointing errors out. Like, this is with love, because I have built a business over the course of 5 years. But at the end of the day, you guys, the first 3 years were a waste of time because I didn't ever take a long, loving, hard look at myself. And I was doing so many things wrong. And so for 3 years, I did so much wrong. And so now it's my deep, deep heartbeat to like lessen that learning curve for you. So if there's anywhere I can be like, I want to shake you and love you and tell you that like there's a better way, it's this. Don't overlook building a foundation built on training, built on knowing the 4 vitals in and out, built on community, built on list making, built on the things that move your business forward, not the fluff, right? So first, take a long, loving look at the evidence of your own business. Look back on last month. Guys, I already have. I've looked back on not just last month, but I went back and I said, okay, last month I didn't lead my team very well because they weren't successful towards the goals they set. So I also wasn't successful at achieving the goals that I wanted either. I'll put myself right in the ring with you. So let me look back on months where we were. So June, July, August were very successful months. And I looked back at some of the things that I had given you and some of the behaviors I had done with you. And I had to look at the evidence. Okay, the numbers, like crunch those numbers. Like, okay, this is what we got then. So we can totally do that again. Where did we miss the mark? So I encourage you to do the same thing. Look at the numbers. But also look at the numbers in a positive way. I put my phone off to the side, so I don't have it with me. But the other day I sat down and I went back 2 years ago and I looked at my paycheck. I looked at my paycheck from 2 years ago in August, last year in August, and this year in August. And guys, every year I have more than doubled my income in a month. Now, in this, like in front of my face right now, does it feel like I'm doubling my income? No. It feels like I'm like climbing up a mountain, right? Like it feels hard. I woke up today with $1 in my bank account, guys. I will crap you not. Like, I'm going to be real with you. It's not like I'm like, yeah, we're just rolling in the dough. Like, I had $1 in my bank account because last month was tough financially for me. But when I looked back, man, it's been growing. And so imagine, like, maybe you saw whatever you got in August paycheck wise, you know, and you saw what you got this year. Double that. If you stick around for a year and you really, really identify and address the weaknesses that are holding you back, and you work on those and lay a foundation with that, guys, you could double that income come next August. And then a year later, even double it. and even double it, right? But we see what's so in front of us that sometimes we're not able to take that loving look at ourselves and the evidence. So after you do that, identify and address where you're weak and maybe the excuses you're making. Maybe where you aren't being a resource seeker and you're actually just being more of like, somebody who's just kind of trying to lean on others to answer their questions for them. Or maybe you're not owning, guys, when you run your own challenge group, there is nothing like saying, I'm running a challenge group starting on the 15th of October and I've got to fill it up now. But it's easier to hide behind your upline and try to fill up their challenge group and maybe only have one person or that same returning customer, right? There's nothing like having to run your own challenge group. And I highly, if that's your weakness, if you're hiding behind that, identify it and address it. And number 3 is be willing this month to try to check off all the do's for a boss solid foundation. When you go back to all these do's, see if by the end of the month you can say, yes, I checked everything. I did all the lessons in the new coach training this month. And I'm consistently posting, not always just Beachbody, but value. I have, every time I get a new resource, I save it somewhere for easy access. I'm always working off a list. I understand, and I'm in my Coach Online office, and every week I have at least one share cart out there. And I ask questions and collaborate, but I don't vent, and I only come to them when it's a question that I've already gone out and seeked and searched high and low for the answer. And then committing to the vitals, and then hitting SC and making it happen, guys. And that, chat's blowing up. I'm gonna read this real quick. Like Christmas, yep, it totally is. Yeah, and Leah, I mean, we all do. But the reality is, as we build a team of ladies on here and we start adding more women, we want it to be a culture where they don't learn that from us because we're representing that, right? So all of us can do that. But the other day, even, you guys, Charlie was out of town. He's out of town again, but I couldn't get the TV to work. We got a new speaker. Do you know what I did first? And you know what this business taught me to do first? Google University. How do I get my Vizio speaker to work with my Bluetooth phone? Right? Like, that should be your number. You should already start thinking that right away. Every time you have a question, Google it. YouTube. Go on the Coach Online office, right? And accountability partners. Finding an accountability partner that can help you, and you guys can search for answers together. All right, guys. It says less than a minute. I want to quick take a picture before it cuts us off. So everybody smile. So loving who's on tonight. Thank you, ladies. Smile. 3, 2, 1. Yay! Okay. Recording will be up, you guys, as soon as I can get it up. Any questions you have, I'm going to ask you take them over to the team page since we're running out of time. Thank you for investing in your evening with me. Love you all, and I will see you later.